Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us on Fox 23 News. I'm Nicole Menner. It was a heartbreaking loss for the Golden Eagles on Saturday night. After tying the score at 20 in the fourth quarter, UAB would take the overtime victory to clinch the West Division title, while Southern Miss must win their final 2 games to qualify for the postseason.
Reality is, we got to just play hard, keep fighting and competing like we're doing. And that's one thing I love about this football team. These guys are fighting, man. There's no quitting these guys that continue to battle back. Saturday night, everything was going wrong in the third quarter that could go wrong, and then you look up in the fourth quarter and it's tied up, and we're having an opportunity there late, and we fought in overtime. Again, that's one thing about this football team. You go back to the Charlotte game, Auburn, it doesn't matter. They keep fighting, and as a football coach, that makes you proud.
And Mississippi State taking on the perfect 9-0 Bama on Saturday. And while the Bulldogs never really threatened to score, the defense would hold the Tide to a season-low 305 yards in what would end up being a 24-0 shutout loss for MSU. Nick Fitzgerald and the Bulldog offense were held to 169 yards in what ended up being the second closest margin of victory for Alabama this season. But the Dogs didn't do enough of the little things to make that matter.
We knew the margin of error would be incredibly small going into the game. We needed to win the explosive play battle, the turnover battle, and play great situational football. We didn't. We only had 3 offensive explosives. We limited them and met our goal there, but didn't win it as a team. We were 2-1 on the turnover ratio, so we did win that. Did not do a good job on third down offensively. We were pretty good defensively. Certainly 1 of 12 is not going to help you extend drives and put points on the board and put the ball in the end zone.
MSU takes on Arkansas this Saturday. Well, the New Orleans Saints had everything clicking on both sides of the ball in their win over the Cincinnati Bengals. Drew Brees would throw for 265 yards and 3 touchdowns as he passed Brett Favre for second all-time in career passing touchdowns. Mark Ingram rushed for over 100 yards, and Alvin Kamara found the end zone twice. Since dropping the season opener to Tampa Bay, the Saints have now won 8 in a row and sit at the top of the NFC South. In just a few days after losing the newly signed Dez Bryant for this season, the Saints have signed Brandon Marshall to a 1-year deal. The 6-time Pro Bowler will join his 7th NFL team and 4th in the last 2 years. Marshall has 970 career receptions for over 12,000 yards and 83 touchdowns. His 6 seasons of 100-plus receptions is the most in NFL history. The Seahawks cut him loose after hauling in just 11 receptions in 7 games. And speaking of Dez Bryant, we saw quite a few X's thrown up from the Saints in Sunday's win in honor of Bryant. Alvin Kamara, Michael Thomas, and Mark Ingram all throwing it up after he tore his Achilles on Friday. He would even get some love from his former team as Jalen Smith threw it up after a big play against the Eagles. Bryant, of course, very active on Twitter throughout the night, very appreciative of the recognition, and Drew Brees spoke about that after the game.
Man, you could tell how excited he was, to not only get back, be playing again, but I think to be a part of our team. And I think that's something he had wanted for a while, and so obviously for things to have gone the way they did and him not get the opportunity to be out there with us, I think we all still felt like, listen, he made an impression, and I think guys felt his desire and his passion for the game, and so I think that was it says a lot about our team, and the way that we embrace guys.
And the votes are in. Ronald Acuna Jr. is your NL Rookie of the Year as he beat out Juan Soto of the Nationals and Walker Buehler of the Dodgers. This, of course, is the icing on top of the cake for the 20-year-old after a historic season. After being named the Minor League Player of the Year in 2017, Acuna came up to the big leagues in April, began his reign with a 416-foot home run in his second game, and then the Braves season would end with a memorable grand slam from Acuna in the NLDS. In total, Acuna hit .293 with 26 home runs, including 1 in 5 straight games. We all remember that streak during the summer. This kid is awesome. We're only seeing the beginning from him.
Not really surprising that he's...
This is his 5th year of his contract, so he's got 1 more before he turns into a Yankee.
And I'm sure the Yankees will pay for him, won't they, Mark?
Yeah.
Of course we will.
The money makers.
A lot of money over there.